What's up, Titans fans? I'll keep it real simple. If you love the Titans, like the video and we'll get started. We are on day 5 of NFL free agency, and the Titans haven't made too many big splashes, just 5 signings, a couple re-signings here and there, but nothing too monumental, nothing to get too excited about, which I know has a lot of Titans fans curious on what the future holds for this team, for Ran Carthon, for the next season. But out of those 5 signings, which has been your favorite so far? Personally, I think Arden Key was the best, hands down, overall signing that has happened this past week. But maybe you have a different idea. You see it from a different perspective. Let me know down in the comment section, what was your favorite Titans signing in NFL free agency this past week? We're going to break down all 5 of those signings, and I'm going to give them grades. And some of them are good, some of them are not too good, but we'll go with it. First up, Andre Dillard. He was the first free agent signed on Monday before the official free agency started on Wednesday, March 15th. The tampering period started on Monday, March 13th, and he was the first guy the Titans went after, who, again, this is a big need for the O-line. I think he is a versatile guy that could come in and hopefully prove himself. A little bit about Dillard. He was the 22nd pick of the 2019 draft out of Washington State, was coached under Mike Leach, obviously very well coached. He did have a little bit of a rocky start in the NFL, admitted that he wasn't quite mentally or physically prepared, and kind of just fell behind. Jordan Mailata came in, took the spot, and he kind of sat back for a little bit. But he is more than capable of doing a job, especially for the Titans O-line that needs all the help they can get. He played in 43 games with the Eagles, just 9 starts. And again, could be a long-term, not fix, but maybe help transition to the next era that Ran Carthon is trying to get to with this O-line, with Taylor Lewan leaving, being cut. You're looking for a left tackle. Andre Dillard could absolutely do this. In 2022, he didn't play too much, but in 2021, he had some fire stats in 340 snaps, just 7 penalties, 1 sack, 1 hit, 20 pressures allowed. Pretty good if you ask me. This is, I'd say it's an upgrade. I'd say this is an upgrade that the Titans could benefit from. If I had to give it a grade, I'd give it a B. I think it wasn't the biggest, most ideal offensive line move that the Titans could have made, but I do think that it's a sneaky move, and it's a sneaky good move. It still allows for flexibility in the draft. You know, they still have the 11th overall pick, whether they target Paris Johnson, Peter Skoronski, or maybe they go after a different position at this point, but it allows for flexibility in the draft. Low risk, good reward. He's got potential to be a good starter for the Titans. You're not paying too much to where if he isn't everything you want him to be, you lose big. I think, again, low risk, good reward, and will help transition this unit into what it should become. The next guy that was signed was Luke Gifford. He was a special teams ace with the Cowboys, did really well. Coaches believe that he could hold a bigger role with the defense, which, fingers crossed, you do hope that, but I got to give the move a C, because that's just it. You're hoping that he can hold a bigger role on the defense, but there's no guarantee. It's not a bad move. Again, he's got the skill set to do it, and we've seen players in the NFL, you know, kind of move up into bigger positions, bigger roles on defense, moving from special teams. But you don't want to get your hopes up and say this is the best move they could have made. I think it's a solid move. It's average. It's a C. It's a C-level move. Before I continue with the next 3 guys the Titans signed, giving them grades and what I think about those moves, let me tell you about our sponsor today in Athletic Greens. Titans Today is sponsored by Athletic Greens. I take AG1 by Athletic Greens literally every day. Get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition at athleticgreens.com/chatsports. I gave AG1 a try because I wanted better gut health and wanted a supplement that actually tasted good. I take AG1 in the morning, and it makes me feel ready to take on my day. And look, I'm not a morning person by any means, but AG1 has made getting out of bed so much easier, y'all. I take it first thing in the morning before I work out or head into the office. Free agency days are really long, and it really helps me maintain my energy throughout the day. Not only that, but AG1 is great for recovery. Since taking it, I've noticed I'm more locked into and excited for my daily workouts, and I feel great even after. Covering my nutritional bases for the day literally couldn't be easier, which is why I trust Athletic Greens. I just mix 1 small scoop of AG1 with water and drink it first thing each morning, and I'm done. Also like that it costs less than $3 a day. That's pretty good if you ask me. It's a really effective daily habit with the highest quality source ingredients, which, of course, win-win. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/chatsports. That's athleticgreens.com/chatsports. You can find that link both in the description of today's video and in the comment section. Get healthy, guys. Okay, let's talk about the next 3 guys. Azeez Al-Shaair. This was a good move. I say this is a good move. I was excited when it happened. 1-year deal, $6 million. Good. It's a good move. And I say this because he hasn't had a chance to prove himself, and I think he's going to pop off in Tennessee. His background, he signed with the 49ers as an undrafted free agent in 2019. He did miss 5 games for an MCL injury in 2022. So he missed 9 games over the past 2 years, but I don't think that's too big of a concern moving forward. And he was part of a really good defense in the 49ers this past season. I mean, guys like Nick Bosa, Dre Greenlaw, Fred Warner, he was surrounded by, he played with them. They had a great chemistry. You hope he can translate some of that in Tennessee, that he can bring some of what he brought to the Bay to Nashville. It'd be lovely to see. I think this is a versatile player. He's explosive. He's long. He was surrounded by guys who have hopefully rubbed off on him enough for him to have a chance to come to Tennessee and pop off and step into a role that he wasn't quite given the opportunity to have in San Francisco. I think this could be a moment where we see Al-Shaair step up, and I hope that's what happens. I'm going to give the grade a B+. I'm going to give it a B+. I think this was the right move to replace David Long. I hate that David Long is gone, but you had to replace him. Ran Carthon did it relatively quickly with Al-Shaair, and I'm here for it. I think it fills a big hole, and it was much needed, so B+. Before we continue, make sure you hit that sub button. We are growing fast. We're at 6,100 subs. We're trying to get to 6,500 before the draft. We would love to make it happen. I love bringing daily coverage of the Titans to you guys, but I can only do that if we continue to get support. It's free. It's a win-win. Hit the sub button. Arden Key, I said at the beginning of this video, this is who I was excited about. Why was I excited? Well, it's a smart move here. He just adds so much to this pass rush unit. I think you pair him with guys like Jeffrey Simmons. Fingers crossed. I know we heard some rumors about them not being able to figure out a deal with Jeffrey Simmons. I haven't heard any updates on that, so we're just going to blow it to the side for now. I think it's okay. But pairing him on that unit, I think this could be one of the best pass rushing units in the league, which that's exciting. You look at this guy's stats from the past 2 seasons, this past season with the Jags, the season before that with the 49ers. Important to note, he was also under Ran Carthon, as was Azeez Al-Shaair. Ran Carthon bringing his guys in that he's very familiar with, which I think is promising. But again, these stats, he's been progressing over the past couple years. The beginning of his career with the Raiders was a little bit tough. He was drafted in the 3rd round of 2018 out of LSU. Go Tigers. But he has progressed throughout the years, and he has found his footing, I would say. I think this is a good DeMarcus Walker replacement. I think this is absolutely the most talented signee that the Titans have signed this past week, and I like the move. I give it an A. that's that. He is the most talented signee that these guys went out and got this past week. And I will say, there are still holes to be filled. There are still priorities that have not been acknowledged yet. But I think this was an important move. They have bolstered that pass rushing unit, and it'll be a strong point of this team in 2023. I give the move an A. And finally, Daniel Brunskill, the third Ran Carthon signee. He played with Ran Carthon in San Francisco. Again, I'm here for it because if you have your GM who just came to Tennessee start bringing in guys that he's familiar with, you have to trust that. He wouldn't bring in players that he didn't think could get the job done, that he didn't trust, that he didn't think would be a good fit. You kind of have an advantage knowing that your GM knows these guys on the field, off the field, who they are. It's comforting to know that he has trust in them. So I think bringing in three former 49ers players was a good move. I know there's questions about why are we bringing in backups? Well, a lot of the guys in free agency are backups. That's very common in free agency, and it doesn't speak to their level of play. Daniel Brunskill is a very versatile guy. And look, he didn't start much in 2022. He still played just under 600 offensive snaps, which that's good. He's got the production. He is a leader. He, again, can slide into pretty much anywhere on the O-line, and I give the move a B+. I think that is necessary for this Tennessee team that there's no other way to say it. This O-line was in shambles. They let Nate Davis walk. Taylor Lewan's cut. You cut Ben Jones. You're left with Aaron Brewer, Dennis Daly. You've got to put some guys on this O-line that can be shifted when injuries happen, because we know they happen, especially in Tennessee. And he is one guy that can come in and move when he's needed to where he's needed. Grade the Titans free agency moves. What do you think about Ran Carthon in the front office? How did they do during free agency? Let me know in the comment section. Give it an A, B, C, D, or if you're really mad about it, give them an F. Be honest. Love to hear from you guys. As always, thanks for subscribing, and we'll see y'all soon.